More than 82 million people have already cast their ballots so far, smashing the record for early voting. But millions of votes are still at stake. And in these final days, both campaigns are making a play for key groups that could shift this election. Our chief national affairs correspondent, Tom Llamas, is joining us with more now. And Tom, a record number of Latinos eligible to vote this year.
That's right, Cecilia. We spoke to political experts across several battleground states, and they told us for Joe Biden to win, he has to pick off some of those swing voters that went with Donald Trump 4 years ago, but also grow those coalitions that always help Democrats win.
This morning, as many polls tighten across the country, the battle for the White House will come down to who can turn out key voting blocks. In Florida, the biggest battleground state, Hispanics make up more than 2 million registered voters, nearly 20% of the electorate in that state. The president and Joe Biden there to make their closing arguments.
We're going on to win a record share of the Hispanic American vote.
The Latino community here is the most diverse Latino community in the country. So the better the community does, the better the country does.
New polling suggesting Hispanic voters in the state could break for either candidate. One poll released Thursday has Biden up 50 to 34%. But another released that same day shows the president on top 52 to 46%. Another key voting group that could determine this election, women.
Suburban women, will you please like me?
In 2016, the majority of women voted Democrat. But according to Pew Research, the president narrowly won with white women. Now, some polling suggesting he could have trouble doing that again. This new national poll shows Biden taking the lead. And nationally, the gender gap is wide. In fact, some experts say, quote, this election has the potential for the largest gender gap since women were given the right to vote. That gap on full display in households across America, like the DeRocos in Massachusetts. They've got his and hers campaign signs in the yard. And while they disagree about politics,
I go upstairs. I say, I can't. I really can't.
It's a compromise.
They're on the same page about their priorities.
What's more important than politics is our relationship.
The scene we're seeing play out in households around this country. But, Tom, we've been talking about this in our reporting this week. Both campaigns making a big push for that Latino vote in these final days. And the interesting thing we're seeing this year, they're not just focused on these states where there are big Latino populations. They're looking at places like Pennsylvania, where they think the Latino vote could make or break the campaign for either candidate.
That's right, Cecilia. The map really has expanded when you talk about Latino voters. We know the traditional states like Florida, Texas, Nevada, and Arizona. The Biden campaign can't take the Latino vote for granted there, but also in places like Georgia, where Latino groups are growing in the Atlanta metro region, where Democrats want to run up the score there, and also in places like Pennsylvania. Cecilia, 44,000 votes decided Pennsylvania. It went for Donald Trump 4 years ago. We know right now today there are more than 500,000 eligible Latino voters in the state of Pennsylvania. Cecilia?
Yep. The question is, will they show up on Tuesday? Okay, Tom, thanks so much. And George, of course, is anchoring our live coverage with the entire Powerhouse political team at election headquarters in New York, D.C., and Delaware. Plus, we will have correspondents reporting from live from battleground states all across the country. That, of course, is on Tuesday, November 3rd, starting at 7 p.m.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.